Welcome back, focused learners, to today's explainer. Okay, picture this. It's a scenario you've probably lived through 100 times. You walk into a room, your cat locks eyes with you, and boom, they immediately drop into this long, luxurious, drawn-out stretch. Now, I've got to ask, do you really know what it means when they do that the exact second they see you? I mean, most of us just think, "Aw, cute, say a quick hello, and go about our day." But what if I told you you're completely missing one of the most intimate, secret signals your cat can possibly give you? Today, we're decoding the secret language of the feline stretch, and trust me, it's going to completely change how you look at your pet. So let's dive right into this because we need to bust a massive myth right off the bat. When you see that stretch, your gut instinct is probably, oh, they just woke up from a nap, they're just working out some stiff muscles, right? But think about the timing for a second. If they were just physically stiff, why on earth do they always seem to wait for the absolute exact second you walk into the room? Like, why didn't they do it 5 minutes ago when the room was empty? Well, the truth is, this behavior, it's not about their body at all. It is entirely about yours. And this is a huge paradigm shift. Animal behaviorists actually have a specific name for this. They call it a social stretch. See, a physical stretch is just that, a cat waking up, needing to limber up, normal stuff. But a social stretch, that is a highly deliberate action triggered exclusively by your presence. It's not some involuntary muscle spasm, it's deliberate communication. Basically, your cat sees you, and that visual trigger instantly prompts this physical greeting. There's just so much sheer intentionality behind it. That timing is not random. It is communication. When your cat sees you, something in their brain lights up and says, right now. They're reaching out to you in their own completely silent language. And here's the real kicker, the part most owners totally overlook. Cats do not do this for just anyone. If your cat stretches more around you than anyone else in the house, they are sending you an exclusive VIP message that you really matter to them. Which brings us to Section 1, an evolutionary software update. To really wrap our heads around how special this is, we have to look back at feline history. Do wildcats do this? Like, do lions or tigers drop into a cute little social stretch when they see their buddies? Absolutely not. No way. 10,000 years ago, wildcats had zero need for human communication. But then, roughly 4,000 years ago, as they started living alongside humans, something fascinating happened. They literally started developing signals meant only for us. Think about it. Adult wildcats don't meow at each other. Meowing into adulthood is a trait they developed just for humans. The slow blink, same thing, designed for human bonding. And the social stretch is the exact same story. Your house cat isn't running ancient wild software. They're running a highly specialized, updated version that evolved specifically because humans became part of their world. And this brilliantly illustrates what a study published in the journal Animal Cognition confirms. They state that domestic cats have developed a unique range of behaviors used exclusively for interacting with people. Not other cats, not prey, just us. So when your cat stretches in front of you, they aren't defaulting to some deep, instinctive wild ancestor thing. They're doing something uniquely learned and explicitly tailored for you. Kind of makes the whole gesture feel a lot more meaningful, doesn't it? Moving on to Section 2, invisible feline scent marking. So, we've talked about the visual side of things, but let's look at the hidden biological mechanics going on right under your nose during that stretch, or more accurately, right between your cat's paw pads. See, cats have scent glands in places we don't even think about, and one of the biggest clusters is tucked right between their toes. When they stretch out, and especially when they splay those claws to knead or press into the ground, those glands go to work. They release pheromones, these totally undetectable chemical signals. We can't smell them, we can't see them, but to another cat, they are speaking absolute volumes. Now, where exactly are they leaving these invisible sticky notes? Usually, they stretch on the couch where you sit, the bed where you sleep, or literally right at your feet. When they stretch in these specific spots, they're doing way more than just saying, hey. They're leaving invisible marks to establish what behaviorists call safe space territory. And to be clear, this isn't that aggressive, hostile marking like a tomcat defending a yard. No, this is comforting. It's their way of saying, okay, this human is part of my world. This right here is a safe space, and I want everyone to know it. Honestly, it's like they've just signed their name on you. There's this really deep emotional resonance to it. Because, again, your cat doesn't do this with just the delivery guy. They only sign their name on the people and the places they've deliberately decided belong in their absolute innermost circle. Next up, Section 3, the household cat hierarchy. Okay, we need to talk about the sometimes harsh, slightly brutal reality of multi-cat studies. When there's more than one human in a house, how do cats distribute these stretches? Well, look at the numbers. The favorite human gets a massive 85% of them. A partner? Maybe 15%. And guests? A big fat 0%. Cats are incredibly, almost ruthlessly selective when picking their favorites. So the crucial point here is that stretching is a massive hierarchy indicator. If your cat casually walks past your partner without even a glance, but then immediately drops into a luxurious stretch the second you sit down on the couch, yeah, that is no coincidence. You are their person. You rank at the very top of their internal world. Now, let's look at a very specific type of stretch, the morning routine. First, you need to know the term crepuscular. It just means animals that are most active right at dawn and dusk. So have you ever opened your eyes in the morning to find your cat stretching right next to your face, almost like they were waiting for you? Well, because they're crepuscular, your cat has probably been wide awake for hours while you were fast asleep. They could have stretched whenever they wanted, but they specifically waited until your eyes opened to give you that social stretch. And why on earth do they wait? Because to a cat, that first morning stretch translates to one simple, beautiful message. We made it through another night. Behaviorists actually frame this morning stretch as a highly vulnerable greeting, a kind of reset. Think about it. While you were totally unconscious, your cat was essentially on guard duty. That morning stretch is them finally taking a breath, letting their guard down, and saying, "Okay, you're back in my world. Let's start the day." All right, Section 4, Strategic Timing and Placement. We have all dealt with this classic and, yeah, sometimes mildly annoying cat behavior. You walk into the kitchen, minding your own business, and suddenly your cat sprawls out and stretches right in the middle of the hallway. It is the perfect embodiment of the feline mindset. I know you're busy, but I am way more important than wherever you are going. Cats are hyper-aware of spatial dynamics. They know your patterns, they know exactly where you walk. So when they sprawl out directly in your path, they are deliberately picking the one exact spot where you are literally guaranteed to stop. It's funny when you compare our instinctive reaction to their overarching strategy. Our instinct is usually just to stop, look down, maybe chuckle, and say hi. But the feline strategy, behaviorists see this as a confident, almost cocky test of influence. It's a mild control move. They're basically testing to see, can I successfully redirect this giant's attention at will? And every single time you pause your momentum to acknowledge them, you are giving them exactly what they wanted. You're confirming they still have influence over you. Which leads us to Section 5, Rebuilding the Broken Bond. Now, if you're watching this explainer and thinking, uh-oh, my cat literally never stretches for me, please do not panic. It absolutely doesn't mean your cat hates you. But it does mean we need to do a little troubleshooting. There are two main reasons a cat will suppress the social stretch. The first is an unrelaxed environment. If your home has a lot of loud noises, unpredictable schedules, or just general chaos, a cat is going to hold their body tight. They simply don't feel secure enough to let go and be vulnerable. The second reason? An unrewarded signal. Remember, this is a behavior that evolved specifically for human communication, but it only sticks around if it actually works. If your cat stretched for you 10 times last month and you just walked right past them without so much as a glance, well, they learned a hard lesson. They learned that their signal doesn't reach you. So, naturally, they stop trying. But here is the good news. You can absolutely rebuild this. Here's your actionable roadmap. Step 1, notice the reach. Pay really close attention to any tiny movement that even slightly resembles them reaching out to you. Step 2, acknowledge it immediately. Give them a slow blink, say a soft word, or offer a gentle touch just to show them, hey, I saw that, your signal landed. And step 3, check your home environment for stress and try to bring a calm energy. Consistency here is absolutely crucial. As we wrap up today, I really want you to keep this phrase in mind. The bond is earned, not given. Cats require time, they require patience, and they require calm energy. Earning this social stretch back, or maybe earning it for the very first time, is a profound, hard-won reward for an attentive owner. It means you finally cracked their inner circle. So the next time your cat drops into a stretch when you walk into the room, you'll know exactly what an honor it really is. But it does leave us with one incredibly provocative question to think about. What other silent messages is your cat sending that you've been missing all along? Thank you so much for joining me on today's Explainer Focused Learners. Keep watching, keep observing, and I'll catch you in the next one.